Shalom. Shalom, Yasharala. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Brakathum unto the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect, and peace and blessing be into your households. And and it's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch. And this quick lesson, we're just going to get into basically, just play your role. All right. Not play your role. That's a good one, though. But in other words, to utilize the gift that the Yahweh Bashan Shah has given you to the best of your ability, whatever it may be. All right. Because, we're going to get into basically the 5 talents. All right. And, I'm really just let the scripture do the talk because it's pretty self-explanatory. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and get Matthew chapter 25, and I'm starting at verse 15. It says, and unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. All right, and you look at that as in the truth, since that, every brother is going to have their different portions of what the Lord gives them. Some is more, some is less. All right, keep going. I'm going to keep going. It says, verse 16, it says, then he said that, then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded the same and made them other 5 talents. All right, in other words, that 5 talents, all right, the one the Lord, gave more unto, he basically, he flipped the Lord's money. In other words, he used the gifts that the Lord gave him to the best of his ability. All right. Read on. It says, and likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained the other 2. Same with the 2 talents. Whatever the Lord gave him, used that to the best of his ability, and he basically flipped the Lord's money. In other words, it says, verse 18, it says, but he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. In other words, man, he did not use his gift. He did not use that gift that the Lord gave him, even though it was just 1, even though it was like a little bit. He didn't use it. All right, he went to go hide it. All right, matter of fact, it really led me to this. Let me go ahead and get it. This is basically what he did. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 14. It says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. All right. In other words, that's what that 1 talent did. He neglected his gift that the Lord gave him. All right, and we're gonna get into what happens. All right, because the other 2, they didn't neglect it. All right, if anything, they I guess prospered in it. All right, they used it to the best of the ability. They was ultimately grateful. As for the one that, even though he only had just 1, which is the least amount, he neglected it. Still wasn't grateful. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead go back to Matthew chapter 25, verse 19, it says, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents, and so he that received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Verse 22, it says, he also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. And his Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee a ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. So in other words, all right, Yahweh Shai is going to be happy. It's going to be happy that that you used your gift to the best of your ability. And then on top of that, with the gifts that he gave you, he's obviously going to increase you in that. All right, because he gave him more. You're like, behold, I've gained more. In other words, they had fruit. They grew within it. All right. I'm give verse 24. It says, Matthew chapter 25, verse 24, it says, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. So in other words, he came with an excuse on why he didn't use the gift. An excuse really an excuse for why he neglected his gift. In other words, right? He didn't want to go grow within that gift. He was like, you know what, Lord, I knew you was a hard man. I just couldn't do it. I was afraid. I was like, well, let's see what he says about that. Verse 26 says, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed. So, he said, really, tongue fell upon his own. So he said, you knew that what he said, he knew that you reap what it says, that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I'm not straw. So in other words, he's saying you knew what would happen if you didn't flip my money. You knew what would happen, yet you chose to not do it anyway because you was afraid. And read, says thou, verse 27 says, thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Verse 28, in other words, he's going to take that talent from him. It says, take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto which hath 10 talents. All right, so in other words, he took that gift from him, which is dudes that's following out the truth. That gift that they had was took it from him and is giving it to someone else. It's being given onto somebody else. Hey, and that's what happens, man. You want to neglect your gift. You don't want to serve Yahweh Shai. You don't want to flip his money. All right, and you knew the fear of the Lord. You knew his will, and you still didn't want to do it. Guess what, man? He gonna take it from you, and he's gonna give it to somebody else. But now I'm gonna hop into this Romans chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, for as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we being many are one body in Mashiach, and every one members one of another, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. Hey man, just letting you know that, man, every role, everybody got a different role. Not every single brother got the same role. Now you might have brothers that have the same gifts as you, right? But not every brother got the same role. Every brother play a role within the ministry. All right. In other words, you got to play your role. All right. Whatever the Lord gifted you with, man, just continue to do it to the best of your ability. Just keep going. Just keep going at it. And you're going to grow within it. The Lord's going to keep giving you more and more gifts as you're growing in it. Because he see that you're flipping my money. Let's do it. I got you. Go ahead. What I would say? You're fruitful. You're fruitful. if I'm not mistaken, that's the best word to say for that. You know, I'm trying to think. I want to say, fruitful is a good one, but that's not the one I'm looking for. You know what, I'm just leaving it at that. If it comes to me, it'll come to me. But in other words, you're fruitful. So the Lord sees that, and He's going to keep giving you more and more gifts and allow you to grow more and more within the gift you already have. All right. And verse 7 says, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence. He that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. All right. So, everybody got their role. Everybody got their gifts in the ministry, whether, it's herbs, oils. Some brothers are really good at prophesying. Some brothers are good at teaching other brothers, and some of them are great at ministry. Everyone got their gifts within the ministry of serving Yahweh by Shem Shah. No matter how small you may think it is, it's really not. You see what happened to that one talent. It was just one talent, and the Lord was like, man, you slothful, you wicked. You was upset. The Lord wasn't happy with that. All right. But, in other words, man, whatever the gift the Lord gave you, man, just use it to the best of your ability. And you're going to grow within that with due time. All right. No matter how small you may think it is, man, it's a big deal to the Lord, because some brothers, you have talents that, I know, brother, you won't like to say this, man. You got to be okay with being in the forefront as well as in the background. All right. And some brothers, don't feel appreciated. Don't be feeling appreciated because they want to be that guy. They want to be seen. They want to be in the forefront. But that's not what it's about. But anyways, man, Lord willing, y'all was edified. I'm ended off by saying, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Give me the spirit to do this quick lesson. Till next time I say, Shalom, Yeshua.